All right, this next video, I'm going to talk a little bit about writing sequels. I've done a video like this before, but this is, practical things you can do while writing a sequel. This, I think, could be helpful for people with ADD, ADHD, or even just people who are living life, juggling a lot, and can't afford to drop anything. And so you have a lot on your plate. And so one of the things, and again, I'm a therapist, so this is food for thought, not a recommendation. And I'm not clinicaling you. I don't know if that's a word. But one of the things you want to do is be efficient and effective with your time. So when I'm working on my sequel, one of the things I do is I have my book 2 manuscript up in Word doc, and then I have my book 1 in its Kindle form. Now, part of the reason for that is, as I write book 3, I need to be able to reference back to specific sections. I don't need to be pulling up that book all of a sudden just to figure out where that is. I need to already have it up, because then I can just do Control F, find what I need. Because I want my mental energy, because you only have so much that you can pour from your cup, and you only have so many things that fill it. Well, if you got a lot on your plate, you don't have a lot to work with sometimes. So you want to be able to minimize the amount of energy you're having to expand on logistics. So I have my screens ready, and now the reason I have the Word doc and the Kindle up is because I don't want to forget which manuscript I'm looking at, because I already have another Word doc up for book 3. So I know book 3's up, and then book 2's is up, and then I keep the Kindle one up as separate. So I know that one's book 1, and I know the other one's book 2. Another thing is leaving comments. So when you're writing your manuscript, there's certain parts of you, again, you only have limited time, and you want to be able to use your mental energy. And some of this you can apply with writing your book 1. Your mental energy needs to be used for creating. Editing is when you refine. So using the comments. So I'll give an example. In book 2, there's a section where they're traveling from location A to a deeper part of location A. Well, when I'm writing my first manuscript of book 2, I don't need to spend all day describing that. I just need to get a little bit chunk of idea and then put a comment, make prettier later, right? And I'm doing the same thing with book 3, but also because one of the things where comments can be good is that you may come back to the manuscript later when you're doing your editing or doing your second manuscript and be like, you know what? This section needs to be maybe a little briefer. Maybe I need to make it a little more detailed, but I don't need to expend a whole page describing this location, especially for me in that part of book 2. While it would be nice to describe that location more, what's more important in that section of the book is what's happening, not so much the location. Same thing in my book 3, the emphasis is on what's happening. And the little spoiler, and the event takes place at night. So there's only so much I can really write in detail, but I don't need to expend mental energy when I'm doing my first writing, creating all that detail. What I can do is just leave these comments, and then I can come back to it later. So again, I know this is very brief, but you want to be effective and efficient. So where you want to spend your mental energy, and use tools that allow you to expend that mental energy effectively. Because also, you have your family, you have your life, you have your job, which also takes your mental energy, and depending on the lifestyle you have, you may only be able to put 20% into your work at any given time. So let's make that 20% the best it can be.